David Oates is a retired veteran who served nearly 25 years in our armed forces. He had to step away due to his asthma. And during the peak of the coronavirus pandemic, David was looking for a way to protect himself from the disease, as were all of us. And he says that he stumbled across chlorine dioxide, which he began taking small amounts of as a prophylaxis. Well, now David's asthma is completely gone. His acid reflux is even gone. He says that his ears have stopped ringing. He wasn't even taking it for that reason. It was just a welcome side effect. But does it work on COVID? Well, David says that his mom contracted the set of symptoms being branded and marketed as this product called COVID-19, and her oxygen levels dropped all the way down to 73. It's basically at death's door. Her body was shutting down to die. David gave her a small amount of chlorine dioxide, and several days later, she was taking care of herself again. Her oxygen got up to 94. Now, in the process, David himself contracted the chimerically engineered, intentionally released bioweapon Wuhan bioweapons lab virus. So he put himself on the same dose that he gave his mom, and he was 100% in just 4 hours. So David is naturally a big advocate of this treatment, and he joins us now to talk more about this. So how did you originally learn about chlorine dioxide?
It was introduced to me from my girlfriend, and Stu, I was very skeptical in the beginning. I went to Google and found out all the lies. Found out that this is supposed to be bleach. FDA called it bleach as well, and so I was skeptical because just of the lies. But I worked through that and found some smart people to school me up on that. It's not bleach. It has nothing to do with bleach.
Well, we learned about this early on. We had a doctor from Mexico who credited chlorine dioxide with saving thousands of lives. Christopher Key over at the Vaccine Police has been a big advocate of that since Dr. Aparicio came on this program. Did you talk with him? Have you heard of this Dr. Aparicio? Other than Google, where can one go and find actual truthful information about this stuff before they just start taking it? Because everybody's got a treatment for this stuff. Everybody's peddling something, pushing something, pills this, vitamins that. And we know that there are proven and effective treatments there to help people from this bioweapon virus that was released so that they could push this deadly shot that's killing an unprecedented record-setting amount of people. So what was it that finally pushed you over the top, and where did you find the research that helped you and assisted you in doing that?
Well, I got away from Google for one. DuckDuckGo is much better. You can get a lot more truthful content. And yeah, I have learned about Dr. Aparicio. And yes, he was on your show. And they have 7,500 doctors now throughout different countries, basically researching this and saving lives. Not just with the bioweapon, but just like myself, no more asthma. I had no expectation.
So you started taking this prophylactically and for your asthma, and your asthma's gone. What was with the ear ringing thing? Your ears were ringing before?
Yes, that's pretty common. A lot of people have the ringing of the ears and stuff like that. So, once I helped my mom and I seen my first miracle, I couldn't keep my mouth shut, Stu. I was helping people here locally that I knew, and then I started getting phone calls from people that knew someone that knew someone, and that's when I decided to go ahead. Well, I was on Facebook for a time until they censored me. I'm censored everywhere, Stu.
Of course.
Come on. Go ahead, Stu.
No, of course you're censored everywhere. You're telling the truth and you're helping people to save their own lives. I want to hear about your mom. How did you find out that she had this virus, and how did that go? And how old is your mom? She's got to be high risk, I would imagine.
Yeah, she's very high risk. She's the highest risk person that I know, Stu. And I got that phone call, and she didn't want me to go. And I think to go take care of her because, I did have the asthma. She was worried about me. So I grabbed my chlorine dioxide supplies, which, she had said no to it for prevention before, but I brought it with me. And on my way there, the neighbors had called the ambulance, and because she was in such bad condition, and she refused to go. And thank God she did, because she would have been put on that ventilator, and I would have been planning a funeral. And you got to think, I'm